option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. And that's just the kitchen area. We can do some subtle stuff like change the color of the furniture, as well as remove whole rooms and walls. But if we want, we can also isolate the elements, so we can really focus on the area that's changing with the fade environment option. This works both ways. So this means we can fade the main model or the actual options themselves. It might look complicated, but once we've got it set up, it's actually pretty intuitive and much easier than if you would have to try and set up all the different layer combinations. Now, to actually access the design options, we'll go up to Window, Palettes, and then click Design Options, just here. We'll start this one from fresh, so you can follow along with your model. Or if you'd like to practice the exercise with this model, you can now download it from the Patreon. Right now, there's a free trial with a $1 sign up that gives you access to every single tutorial file. Now, to make your first option, we'll want to click up in this top right-hand corner to the Options Manager, this one just here. Now, it might look a little bit daunting, but I want you to ignore everything but the right-hand side here at the moment. So we're going to click New. We're going to go Kitchen, Option 1. We're going to go OK. And from here, we're going to select our existing kitchen and all of its individual elements. Once we've got them selected, we'll select Kitchen Option 1, and you'll notice this button just underneath, which is going to link these to that first option. Don't worry, it'll make sense in a second. So once we link these, it'll give us a warning because it's on an inactive option, which is ideal because if we go OK, we'll see any elements that we've missed. So I'll select this one just here, and I'll relink it to option 1 as well and go OK. And now if I click this little eyeball just here, it's going to turn all the elements back on. Now, if we want to create a second kitchen option, that's just a slight variation to the one that we've got here. All we need to do, go back to the manager, select the kitchen option that we've already created, and then go to duplicate, this one just down here. It's mentioned linked elements, but this is okay. We'll just go OK. We'll delineate this one by labeling it option 2, and then we'll go OK. Now, if we go between the two, there's going to be 0 difference, which is perfect. So for a quick illustration, if I just pan on up and I say, grab the kitchen bench top here, and I'll close in this edge, and I'll close in this bench just here too. If I now go back to kitchen option 1 and turn on the eyeball, it's going to cycle back to that previous option. Now, when we split this one bench into 2 different elements, these elements here didn't get linked to the kitchen option 2. So we'll just go relink. And when we go back to option 1, then it's all going to be cleared up. So that's just one thing to watch out for. So we've got a second option, but let's go to a third option. So we'll go to our design manager, we'll select our kitchen, and we'll go duplicate, we'll go OK. We'll call this one number 3. We'll turn the eyeball on and go OK. From here, I'll adjust this one as well. So I'll just pull this one in, say 1 meter, turn this one into an island bench. I'll bring this one in here as well. I'll duplicate this edge from just over here, and I'll bring this over to this edge just here. And now in just a few clicks, I've got option 3, I've got option 2, I've got option 1, which are all really quick and easy to navigate. But that's just for the kitchen. Let's do it for another example. So I'm going to pan on out. Let's say we want to do it for a more subtle option that's not connected to the kitchen. So if we go back to the design manager, and now instead of creating a new option for the kitchen itself, we'll create a new option set, because this set is going to be, say, for the lounge room. So we'll go add option set. I'll call this one lounge room, and we'll click out of it, and we'll click to add a new option. We'll call this lounge option 1. We'll make sure the eyeball is clicked off and go OK. From here, I'll just select all my different elements that I've got within my actual lounge room itself that I want to include within the changes of the different options. With all of these selected, I'll select the lounge option number 1, and I'll go relink. Again, it'll give me that warning, which is perfect, and we'll go OK. It'll hide everything, which is exactly what we want. And from here, we'll go back into our manager, we'll select this one, and we'll go duplicate, and we'll go OK and OK. So now if I turn on the eyeball, I've got my original just here, but now I've also got a second option that I can play with here. So with this one turned on and selected, let's select our lounges just here. Let's go ahead and change the material. So if I go up to the top to surface, I'll just change this one to general. Let's select our table just here and override this one with a beige. We'll exit out. And from here, we can select between the initial lounge option and then the second lounge option. The options don't have to be massively different, they just have to work for you. Now, if you want to isolate your elements just like this, if we double click on an option, it's going to apply the fade element to all the other elements. Same thing if we go to the main model up here, if we double click it, it's going to fade all the options. So it's a great way to focus on the primary thing that we're trying to showcase. Now, if we want something a little bit more substantial, say like if we want to remove this room just here, this is all pretty easy to do as well. Let's create a third option set. So in the manager, we'll go add option set. We'll call this one bedroom, and we'll click out. We'll click bedroom to stay, and we'll go OK. And again, we'll select all the elements that we're intending on removing. We'll select on the bedroom option just here, and we'll go relink. We'll go OK. and everything's disappeared. And now we can turn on and off this space. Or if we want to redesign the space, if we go duplicate and then go OK, let's call this one dual living, just because we're going to redesign the actual spaces, and we'll go OK. I'll turn on the dual living, nothing's changed. But now if I start to delete some of these elements and putting some new elements in, just don't forget to relink these new elements to the corresponding option by going relink. This way, when we go between the two options, it's going to be seamless. And just like that, we can swap between a bunch of different options at the same time. We can have a kitchen combination with a lounge, as well as a bedroom option that we can click through in just a few seconds. Now, this isn't just in the 3D. If we go to our floor plan, if we click through our different options, it's going to correspond accordingly. Now, if we go back to Design Manager, that area that I said to forget about just for the time being, it's now going to make so much more sense for what we're just about to do. So if we go New Combination, if we type in House Combo 1, this way we can select which kitchen and which lounge, as well as which bedroom or living layout that we want. So I can say I want option 1 for the kitchen, I want option 2, say for the lounge room, and I want the bedroom to stay for this first combination. Then I can go OK. This way, when I right click on my view map and I go to my view settings, you'll notice there's a new option just here called Design Options. So if I select this one and go to House Combo 1 and go OK, every time I select this floor plan, it's going to show up with that option. Now, if I want my second option, I'll click and drag this, holding in Control until the little plus icon pops up. I'll right click this one, and just for clarity, I'll call this option 2. We'll go OK. From here, I'll go to my drawing manager. I'll create a new combination, Combo 2. This one, I'll go option 3 for the kitchen. I'll go option 1 for lounge room. I'll go the dual living, and we'll go OK. I'll right click on my view map. I'll go View Settings. From here, I'll go to House Combo 2 and go OK. Now, every time I click on this view, it'll bring me to that second combo. So option 1, option 2. And don't forget, you can also turn on the fade environment as well. So you can really focus in on each of the different design options, where they're located in the design, as well as what is actually changing significantly from one option to the other. Another easy way to identify what's actually been assigned to each of the different options, if we just click on one of the elements, it's going to show highlighted up in the option which one it's been linked to. So this is a really handy, easy way to see where it's been associated with. A question that I did get was whether or not Design Options works with the Renovation Tool. So to answer this, the second lounge option that I created here, I'll turn these elements here into new, and they've disappeared, which is how the tool should work, because currently we're on the existing. Now, if I go to ground floor modified, it's disappeared even though the renovation filter is set to new. Now, this is because we've still got the design option set to the main model only. So if we go to this one, to House Combo 2, and then we go OK, it's going to show up. So it won't show up in the existing, but it will show up in the proposed if we have the renovation filter set that way. So all the old tools still seem to work with the new tools, which is great because the renovation tool is so handy for alterations and additions. Now let's say you've decided which option you want to go with, and you want to consolidate everything back to the main model. This is pretty easy to do. If we just go back to the design manager, if we decide that we want to have the bedroom for every option, we can click on Accept and Merge. I would recommend saving your project before doing this, and maybe even creating a new iteration, just so that you can always go back to it afterwards. But if it's not a concern, we just go Accept and Merge. It'll give us this little warning, and we'll go OK. And from here, if we go OK, it removes the other option, as well as all of its elements, and all the elements that were associated with that previous option have just been put back to the main model. Now, one other thing with the fade environment worth noting is if we go to fade environment and turn it on, we can choose what color the background fade is. So if we select in through here and we go to choose custom color, this is where we can get a little bit creative. So if I change it to like a blue hue like this and go OK, the color will change its hue. Now, to save time starting from scratch, every single tutorial file is now available for download in the link below.